The governments of Navarra and Abu Dhabi have articulated a vision, set policies, and empowered institutions to allocate investment in sustainable mobility. With a goal to reduce CO2 emissions and diversify its energy mix, the government of Navarra is making investments to transform transportation in the region. The Sustainable Urban Mobility Plan called for the increased use of biofuels in the public bus fleet. The government offered tax incentives to developers of local biodiesel production facilities and invested in research and development at the National Renewable Energy Center. These initiatives have enabled the bus operator to use biodiesel in 50% of its buses. In conjunction with Project Movell, a Spanish national initiative to introduce electric vehicles, the government of Navarra is rolling out EV charging infrastructure. The region satisfies 70% of its electricity demand using renewable resources, which means that investment in electric vehicles will decrease the region's dependence on oil and further reduce CO2 emissions. In the United Arab Emirates, the government of Abu Dhabi is planning for population growth and increased economic activity. In Plan Abu Dhabi 2030, the government committed to investing in sustainable transportation systems and empowered the Urban Planning Council to oversee the transition.
It's possible, given the amount of resources that the Emirates got, to make big decisions. And at the end of the day, it's the Executive Council, led by the Crown Prince, that makes those decisions. Because so much of the money from the oil wealth and so on is in the hands of the government has those resources at its disposal. At the beginning of this sort of wave of development, the way Dubai had maybe 10, 15 years ago, things are not well coordinated. We need a plan for the city and for the development of the city, and I guess that mindset fits well with a big government sort of approach. And the idea of the Urban Planning Council was actually, again, quite unusual. That it's giving a great prominence to an organisation that's responsible for the physical planning. So once you've got a strategy, you need a strong organisation to actually make sure it gets implemented.
The government has capitalized Mubadala, a sovereign wealth arm, and the Abu Dhabi Future Energy Company to make investments that satisfy the vision for transportation. The UPC is currently coordinating the development of a multi-layered network of high-speed trains, metro, pod cars, and bus routes that will provide transportation in the future. Visionary leadership, stable political support, and empowered institutions are helping governments allocate investment in sustainable transportation initiatives.